Hey guys, this is Joebizz34, as you know me from the Freaks board, and this is my first video review of a Hot Toys figure. I figured I opened this bad boy up today and I kind of had some thoughts, and I figured, you know, rather than to just keep them to myself, I'd share them, even though probably most of what I'm going to cover you guys already are aware of, or have already discussed to death anyway. And I'll get to that, but the box, I think, on this figure to start with, it's kind of cool, but I think the old original 87 Predator that they came out with had a cooler box. I mean, that's like that's like what the box looks like after you take off the insert, like that looks like the other, you know, newer Predators, the Super Predators. But once you take that off, you get this underneath, and it's kind of cool. But I think compared to the first box, I kind of like the first box better of the Predator they released originally. This is the package I took him out of. I mean, it comes with a lot of accessories, different, you know, the different mouth teeth pieces if you want to have him with his helmet off. The glowing Earth hologram. They give you two, and the other one is actually, you know, the whole globe, the Earth globe, which I have on him right now. That's why it's not here, and I'll show you that in a minute. Inside is additional hands and a whole base that I'll set up eventually. It's like an environmental base, which, once again, this is nothing new to you guys. I'm just showing you how it was packaged. It was kind of two layers. This was on top, and then the base is underneath with the additional hands and stuff. So anyway, here is the actual figure. Now, I chose to take this one off that's on his wrist, and this is the classic countdown that you saw in the, you know, in the original movie as well, where when he's ready to detonate a bomb, and it does light up, which is different from the original Predator. I'm trying to focus in here. Having a little trouble focusing in. Sorry, guys. Oops. And it pops right off. There we go. Okay. It pops right off, so no problems there. The only issue I have with it, this one is, you know, it's not a big deal, but I have the one here. Here's the actual one that I have on the figure. And the one complaint I have is that, I don't know, unless I'm doing something wrong, I can't get it to stay closed. So kind of like, if you don't display it right, it might like fall open like this on you. But otherwise, not a big deal. So here's the figure, and the way I have them displayed right now is with the helmet on, but the damaged helmet. It does come with both. It comes with the, you know, the nice one-piece helmet, undamaged, and then they give you the damaged one. Now this is a cool helmet, and I'll tell you why. I mean, because I've always been torn at how to display my Predator, you know, with the helmet off or on. So this is kind of a happy compromise between the two, because you can see some of his face through the helmet, so it's kind of cool. So you get the best of both worlds a little bit. You get, I mean, still mostly the helmet, but you know, you do get his face peeking through there, so I think that's kind of cool, and I kind of like that. Overall, I mean, I put next to him the original figure for reference. This is the original Predator. I still love him too, and I don't think there's, you know, I don't really have much problems with him. I mean, I know that there's improvements. I mean, you could definitely see this one has definitely a streamlined body. The body's an improvement. You could see you don't see any kind of ridges or, you know, places where it connect. Like here in the old one, in the chest here, you can kind of see. Focus this again. You could kind of see where the chest connects. You know, where it breaks off from the stomach and stuff. The armor, a lot of the outfit has been improved. And like I said, I don't know if that's differences in the actual from movie to movie. I don't know if he had the exact same getup. Like the most noticeable difference is the armor that he has on the side here of his leg, and if you look at the old one, very different. You know, so I mean, like I said, I don't know if they just did a better job this time. I'd have to go back and look at the movies, or, you know, if this is actually more accurate and he wore the same exact outfit in both the original 87 Predator and Predators, or if there were slight differences in the armor and they just kind of reflected that with the figure. I'm sure you guys out there, some of you guys out there would know better than me. See the difference in the outfit. This figure is definitely an improvement. So I'm not trying to say that this figure's not worth the buy, but I still enjoy this one too, and I don't have any problems keeping him alongside. I mean, if you don't have either one, I'd recommend getting him. And if you wanted to create the 87 version, you can, there's only a few items you would need from this guy to put on him. I mean, you would just either have him without the helmet on, or you use the regular helmet. And then all you really need from this guy is some of his bone necklaces and, the straps and stuff like that, which I know there's some people on this very board or the Freaks board, that are working on that, I think, for people, so they can get those necklaces and stuff to put over him. And then you could technically have an 87 Predator if you wanted to. The cannon is cool, but the one big negative I do have, and I'm verifying this for people out there, I know this has been documented, he does have the neck problem, the head problem coming off the neck. I don't even want to really move it right now because it will come off. And he was like that right out of the box. So there is an issue with it. It's not, just certain ones. I got this one at a later batch, and I'm not gonna. I mean, it's not a huge deal breaker because he's not. I'm not gonna really play with him or anything. I'm just gonna pose him. But if you move his head around, it does come off. Now, I did use a hair dryer to get the head back in there very securely, but once I started to move it again, it popped right off. So there is an issue. It's one that I can live with, and I don't think that it should deter you from getting him. I mean, I know that people argue that for the prices, he should be perfect, and that is true. But we all know that some of these figures have some little quirks or issues, and I think the main problem is, the head. If you look at this figure, the head doesn't really interfere with the gun, or the gun, I should say, doesn't interfere with the head on the figure as much, where on this figure, I find that the gun is kind of hugging the head a little too much. And I'm wondering if that's like kind of where the, I'm screwing up the focus again, sorry guys. I'm kind of wondering if that's where the problem is coming in, because I noticed that the gun rubs on the side of his head. The gear there, you can kind of see it, where this, he has a little more breathing room, where the armor is versus the head. See, there's like a gap in there. So I'm thinking that that's, when you turn it, the pressure, that maybe the little added pressure from the armor might be helping push the head out. I mean, that's just one theory, but either way, they should have, dealt with that. Here's from behind. I mean, both figures, once again, cool, as you can see. I'll fix his little skirt here. But, once again, definite improvement. The belt and the skirt is a little more detailed and, kind of nicely placed, where on this side, I don't know, I could fuss and fix that, but you see the skirt kind of covers the belt a little bit. I mean, that's the way he, came. Another minor issue is out of the box, the tubing here came broken off. See this little tube right here? But once again, I could just glue that, which I will do as soon as I finish this video. I'll just glue that back in place, no big deal. So I would say with some of the issues, the light up effects work great. If I can get it on. There's the light on the, it's pretty cool. And getting the wire in the back here for the helmet light is a lot easier than the old one. And I think a little brighter. So there you have it. Awesome. I would score him overall. I swear, I know there's always improvements, and there's people that always say, paint job this, whatever. But overall, I would give him a perfect 10 if it wasn't for these little quality issues, these QA problems with the, like I said, this thing kind of flapping easily. The tubing, which, whatever, that could be fixed, and the head being loose. So because of that, I would give this a solid maybe 8. But if it wasn't for those little things, I'd give it a 10. But either way, I think it's worth the buy overall. And for those late bloomers that haven't yet picked one up, and maybe this video will help you out, decide one way or the other. Alright, cool. Peace out. See you guys later.